You keep telling me to make it, yeah, to the spot where we would stay lit, and finish bottles never wasted, yeah, cause that's where I'm from.
Hello and welcome to an episode of On Campus. This is Ashley Ching, Solano County's Miss Fairfield. Today I'm joined with a special guest, Mr. Eric Cortes, the Chairperson for Fairfield Youth Commission. It's great to have you here today, Eric.
Thank you, Ashley. It's great to talk with you today.
Can you introduce us to Fairfield Youth Commission? What do you guys do?
Sure. So the City of Fairfield Youth Commission is an advisory body to the City Council, and we review all policies related to youth. In general, we just try to be a voice for our youth in Fairfield and better their lives.
That's great. I had a chance to come into your meeting, and it was really impressive. It was just like an adult meeting, totally. Everyone was out there with microphones, motions of order, all the same kind of protocol.
Yeah, it can be sometimes intimidating, especially for our new commissioners, because we do sit on the dais like the actual City Council of Fairfield. But yes, we do like to make it professional, and we try our best just to help youth in our community.
What kind of projects are you all putting on right now?
So right now we're in the process of planning. We just carried out a movie night for youth because, as you may know, we have a biannual youth needs assessment. Just this year we transitioned from the Police Activities League to the Parks and Recreation Department of Fairfield. So we're based there now, and we're launching a few activities such as buses. We want to make transportation easier for youth because that was something that we found is difficult. And they try to make the movie night a regular thing now. And I say they because we are split into subcommittees. Therefore, each committee targets a different area of problems that youth has.
What kinds of subcommittees are there?
So right now we have 3. One of them focuses on volunteering, the other one is on advocacy, and the other one is on events.
Okay. Can you break down those even more? What kinds of things do you have for volunteering?
Sure. So volunteering, they really want to help youth with resume building especially, but a lot of it is providing opportunities for in ways they can volunteer, hence the name. And then advocacy really tries to give a voice to youth. As that is the whole intent of the commission, advocacy focuses on what youth can do to have leadership opportunities in the community. Meanwhile, events just tries to plan fun things or anything that youth can be involved in that another program already has, because a very large amount of our youth said in our last youth needs assessment that they find themselves bored regularly in Fairfield. What's
the next big event coming up?
Next, we are actually working with the Solano Children's Network, and that'll be Saturday, March 10th, so next week. We're going to be at the Policy Forum. It's a countywide event for children. It focuses on bettering their lives as well, so it's kind of right where we focus as well. And what we're going to do there is we're going to have a panel. We're going to be focusing on a panel, and we're going to have a few workshops, and it's totally free. That's what we try to do. We try to make it easy and accessible for everyone that we can.
Awesome. Now, you had said that the Youth Commission gets to sit on the City Council meeting. Mm-hmm. What other sort of influence do you have as chairperson?
So basically, as I mentioned, we review policies. We may not have the power to directly change them. However, when we can propose changes to the council, and we sit on their dais, so sometimes we may go to their meetings and present to them. Like recently, I went to present our work plan that we had just established. So it's little things like that. As the chair, what we really try to do is set an example more than lead, because obviously leading involves doing what the other commissioners are doing. So it's mostly just leading the meetings and trying to be a good example, not just for our commissioners, but for youth across the community.
What are the biggest problems that youth have right now, our local youth?
I believe a large problem is getting to events, because I'm sure that plenty of youth want fun events or community service activities to go to, but one thing is transportation, which is a goal we focus on. And apart from that, I just think that there's a large crime or homeless problem in youth's minds. I think youth don't feel safe. However, the City of Fairfield is working really hard to fix that. I know right now they're going to renovate Allen Witt Park.
Great.
And they're planning to put in some systems that'll prevent that, such as lights, and the Youth Commission has tried to get as much youth as possible involved in that as well. Other than that, I think it's just youth really getting out there. A lot of youth are destined to do great things in our community. It's just our job to give them a voice, and if they need it, give them a little push to help them out.
And this is great for our students here on campus because they are eligible to join the board, to apply for it.
Yes, of course. So as you may know, the City of Fairfield Youth Commission is from 12 to 21. So anyone in that range can apply for a term, which is 2 years. However, sometimes, since most of our commissioners are teens, they may graduate and a term starts and ends in January. So if a commissioner goes on to graduate in May, we may have a short term that someone else could apply for. So essentially, they could just serve for a few months if that's the case.
Does anything stand out in your mind in your history with Youth Commission? Any stories that come up that you want to highlight?
Yes, I think it was my first time speaking at the policy forum I mentioned, because from there, a lot of people found out what the Youth Commission was, and it really put it into perspective for myself and a fellow commissioner that I was there with. We found out that we really need help with expanding who we are to a larger audience, because there are a lot of youth that have never even heard of the Youth Commission. And I feel like in the past, since the commission changes quite often because we have commissioners term out, we have had youth involved in knowing what the commission is, but obviously youth grow up and now we have different generations. And I just think that that really opened my eyes on that issue, and it was very memorable. I think it was 2 or 3 years ago.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to add about Fairfield Youth Commission that we haven't covered yet?
I think just that we want to work with youth as much as possible. We can't represent youth if we don't work with youth. And that doesn't include just teenagers. That includes all young people in our community. And even adults can help us with the effort. But really, I think the big thing is we just want you to come to our meetings, you know. You can apply if you'd like. You can talk to us about what it is. As you know, we have our meetings the first Monday of every month. Unless there's a holiday, we will reschedule. But yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you for coming today, Eric.
Thank you so much for having me.
Again, this is Ashley Ching, Solano County's Miss Fairfield with Solano College Sports Network on campus. Remember, respect yourself, teach people how to treat you, and know you can walk away.
Hi, I'm Dr. Celia Esposito-Noy. Thanks for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
If you are interested in a career in sports broadcasting, whether you're commentating a live game,
or hosting your own TV show,
or working behind the scenes, then this is the class for you.
For more information, contact Greg Poff, that's me, at solano.edu.
We hope to see you here next semester, and remember,
it's more than just sports, it's an education.